The expectation is that Manchester City will reverse their normal habits in attempting to embark on a busy window in the transfer market, but don't want any of Pep Guardiola's core stars leaving the club. Siki Bagiristain's final market as sporting director is set to be busier than the Basque will have envisioned when confirming to the Premier League champions that he would depart at the end of the season. That call was made in October. Sporting's Hugo Viana quickly installed as his successor, beginning a concrete handover process from February, when City were still unbeaten in all competitions. What followed, 2 wins in 14 matches, has accelerated the planned rebuild of an aging squad, the majority of whom have admirers elsewhere. Captain Kyle Walker and goalkeeper Ederson are the subject of interest from the Saudi Pro League, while question marks remain over Matheus Nunes and Jack Grealish. James McAtee remains a hot property across Europe, and Kevin De Bruyne has entered the final 6 months of his contract. City, though, want to keep the nucleus of Guardiola's team together for the time being, adding to that group rather than trading in and out over the next 4 weeks. Even if a selection of mainstays have underperformed. Sales would, you suspect, arise as a result of a player making it known that they are desperate to leave and that the money on offer was then deemed appropriate. In that respect, there won't be much change to City's operation. But there is money available to spend, evidenced by healthy accounts published a few weeks ago, and sources told Mail Sport last month that Bagiristein and Guardiola were keen to address 3 or 4 areas of concern, chiefly central midfield, at the back and a forward. Omar Marmoush at Frankfurt, who has netted 18 goals in 24 games so far this term, is well liked and offers versatility in featuring anywhere along the front line. City aren't the only side in England to have made their checks on the Egyptian. And Atalanta's energetic Brazil international, Ederson, is another to be of interest. Both are 25 years old, coming into their primes, which is something of an alteration in City's thinking. The more eye-catching arrivals are usually younger, developed under Guardiola as projects. Savinho, Jeremy Doku and Josko Vardiol, the big 3 examples of the past 2 summers. Signed in 2023, Nunes and Mateo Kovacic were significantly more experienced, so buck that idea, yet were originally seen as supplements to what City already boasted in midfield. There is a realization from the Premier League champions that purchasing the right targets will be no easy feat in the middle of a campaign. Looking specifically at the situations of Marmoush and Ederson, Atalanta are pushing to win Serie A for the first time in their history, and Frankfurt are eager to cement a spot in next year's Champions League. Losing their shining lights at this stage would prove a bitter pill. It could prove hard work, but although preferring a smaller squad, Guardiola does accept he needs more numbers to call upon given an injury crisis which cannot be overlooked in dissecting his worst run of form as a manager. 15 of the squad have suffered at least one fitness issue this term: Stefan Ortega, Rico Lewis, Ilkay Gundogan, Erling Haaland and Bernardo Silva, the only 5 to have remained injury-free. It has amounted to City missing a collective 86 league matches.